All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. All praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Ba'ashem Rakaha Kodash. Revelation 9, verse 12. The Bible is a living and breathing book in the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Okay. Revelation 9, verse 12. One woe meaning destruction, is past, and behold, there come two woes more hereafter. The first woe, or the First World War, was from 1914 to 1918. Okay? And the second two woes, okay, one of them has already passed, which was World War II. World War II was from 1944, I believe, till 1947. Let me just have a check, actually. I don't want to say the wrong stuff. World War II start and end date. Oh, 1939 to 1945. Okay. So 1939 to 1945. So 6 years. And 6 is always a significant number with these devils. Revelation 9, verse 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more after. So 1914 to 1918, then 1939 to 1945. Now, isn't there one more to come? Okay, they said two more, and it's coming. Revelation 11:14. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. That's World War III. That World War is going to be so significant and heavy. They say that if there's ever a fourth World War, a fourth one, it'll be fought with sticks and stones. Okay, basically, there's not going to be a fourth World War. What they're trying to say is, if there ever is one, they're using sort of a comedic spin on it, using a comedic spin on it. If there ever is one, it's going to be sticks and stones. Basically, saying that after World War III, ain't going to be nothing left. Well, ain't going to be nothing left of America, but other parts of the world will still be habitable. Okay, and there will still be people left over, but they'll be hit too here and there with nukes. And there'll be skirmishes and scuffles and race riots and the collapse of the financial system, people bum rushing each other's houses, taking each other's women, daughters, you know, people taking your goods, your jewelry, your food, clothes, or whatever, taking your women. Some of you weirdos taking little boys and other men as well. Okay, so all this destruction is coming. You understand? And I can't play it. It's on the African Diaspora channel. When was it? Oh, 17 hours ago. So this thing is stepping up. The British Army recruiting Africans and Caribbeans to sacrifice themselves for the crown. So the way they use Jake's face to advertise for bacon burgers, your two rashers of bacon on a beef patty or whatever, promoting all abominations. Now, these Edomites, these so-called white people and heathen nations, pursuant to Psalms 83, they're trying to cut you off from being a nation, right? They want to delete you further. And obviously, who are they putting up? They're putting up a so-called black woman, right? Because you women, think you're Black Widow. You're watching too many superhero movies, thinking that you can fight the way a man can, right? And then they're also promoting the black woman and so-called black man. And if you watch this little news segment, this lady brings out, she looks like a Somalian lady. Okay, she could be Jake. You never know. Nevertheless, information is key. The countries she's mentioned where they're recruiting a lot of Jake is definitely the Caribbean islands. And they said to sacrifice themselves for the crown. But the British Empire is dwindling. It doesn't even really exist no more. Isn't the rest of the world supposed to be free from the crown? There's no British India no more, but England has still stolen all the riches and wealth. There isn't no British Ghana or British Nigeria or British Egypt or whatever no more. Haven't they ransacked everything there anyway? You know, Jamaica, uh, the West Indies, and all that. You know, they still bow to the crown, even though um, the so-called queen or the king has not got like a stronghold on it like they used to. Uh, you know, 50, 60 years ago or whatever or more, right? But the countries she's mentioned is for the British Army. So they're using a so-called black woman, and a lot of Jake, and they may be out of work or whatever. They want to travel the world, and the way they see it is, okay, I can travel the world, I can live in another country, and the men are going to think, okay, you know what, I can get access to various types of women abroad as well as women within the army, the ranks, yeah. And I can travel the world, I can earn my money, I can stack my money and live off the army, you know, however it works, you know, and gain an education and all that kind of thing as well, and travel the world. So they know with the curses, sometimes Jake is usually out of work and can't get a job or whatever, you know. And sometimes even because obviously it's going to be harder now because the mirth is ending. There's less places for Jake to work at, and obviously a lot of companies are shutting shop. So there's a lot of places where Jake can't even work in a professional way, or can't get jobs in factories or certain plants or whatever, or construction, you know, because jobs are scarce. So a lot of Jake, especially the Israelites, due to the curses, are gonna, they're showing brown faces as commercials to join the army. They're gonna they're trying to entice the Israelite man, woman to join the British Army, right? So they're aiming for the Caribbean islands where the tribe of Benjamin is at as a stronghold. They're aiming for the UK where there's a lot of Judites here from Ghana and West Africa. Some from the Congo. Jake's there. There's Jake's in Kenya as well. There's Jake's in Tanzania, Dar es Salaam. You know, there's not just Jake's in West Africa. Jake's went everywhere. You know what I mean? And the country she's mentioned was, as mentioned, the Caribbean islands, the UK, Ghana, Nigeria, the Congo, and she mentioned a whole host of other countries as well. And most of them are strongholds of Jake. And also, Esau is going to try and get some of the Hamites as well, the Africans, get rid of them as well because they want to make this into more of, they also, at the same time, what they're trying to do uh, is two sides of the same coin, so to speak, where one side they want to get rid of the Israelite man and woman, the other side, they want to depopulate. So they're going to aim for the Hamites, and most importantly, they're going to aim for the Israelites because they want to get them deleted, and they want to shove all these Israelites into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, Yahweh's judgment, the Most High's judgment, Jehoshaphat in English. Okay, so they want to use the Lord's people to fight the Lord when the Lord returns. Okay, there are going to be Edomites and other nations there too, but they're trying to get a lot of you Israelites into this final war, which is World War III, right? And let's go to this. Conscription in the UK basically means military conscription is, in the simplistic way to say it, is the military draft. Okay, this is from January 2024. What the hell is going on here now? There we go. Conscription is the draft. The draft in the UK. Who would be called up after military draft warning by Army Chief? Okay, so a lot's changed since over the last 8 months. This is from January 2024. The head of the British Army General, Sir Patrick Saunders, believes there is a need to change the public's mindset over the possibility of citizens being called up to fight if the UK went to war, which it will go to war. Okay. Let me delete some of this. 1 second. I read that. Brits woke up on Wednesday morning to the surprising news they could face conscription if the UK went to war, and Rishi Sunak eventually speaking out to quell those concerns, okay, which is basically to calm them down. Here is how it would work if, as military tensions continue to rise around the world. The head of the British Army warned ministers today that they may need to mobilize the nation if war breaks out with Russia. General Sir Patrick Saunders was addressing the armored damn commercials International Armored Vehicles Expo in Twickenham, and Twickenham is down the road from where I reside. It's about 10 miles away. General Sir Patrick Saunders was addressing the International Armored Vehicles Expo. You know, like you have an expo where these bodybuilders go to sell their merch. This is like for armored vehicles, all right? Expo in Twickenham, and expressed his concerns over the current situation and the need for change in the public. They need to have that gung-ho British version of the July, born on the 4th of July. You know, they want to have like a British version of that for all you Brits that love England so much. So all you racist crackers that have been doing these recent so-called racist attacks. Oh, I want to fight for England. I want England to be for the English and all that shit. Well, your forefathers should have thought about that before they went around the world raping and pillaging and stealing from the countries that reside in this land right now. And this country is held on by a shoestring by the people that are from India, that are from the Caribbean, that are from West Africa. Mainly, a lot of them are Israelites that work hard and keep this country going. You crackers, man, you toothless crackers, you Edomites, you so-called white people don't do a damn thing except you have your destructive nature that you've been doing since time immemorial, going around the world, destroying shit, and you're doing the same thing right now. How are you rebuilding and building up England? What, smashing cars and windows and burning down food banks? That's really productive, that is. A lot of you motherfuckers can't even string a sentence or even talk right. You understand? Don't even wash your backside, you filthy damn crackers, man. A lot of you crackers are going to be drafted in. And I hope a lot of you Edomites join the army. I hope you do. I hope you do. I hope you do, especially you Edomites have been in these race riots and shit. And it's funny that you Edomites haven't come down to West London because in 1978, was it 1980, the National Front, when he came down to my ends down here, right? Especially the Southall region. A lot of you Edomites got your asses handed to you. We smashed you crackers up. You won't come down here with that bullshit because some of the same goons as Israelite foreigners are still here, even though this area has been gentrified, yeah? But we're still on and popping. How come a lot of you crackers didn't come down to Brixton? You didn't come down to East London. You didn't come down to West London. You didn't come down to North London. You did your bullshit where there's probably one Israelite or person of color walking amongst around 60, 70 of you crackers. Okay? And I know that a lot of it is set up. All right? But a lot of you crackers are going to join the army, and Lord willing, you do. Okay? It comes days after the top NATO chief said civilians must be ready for an all-out war with Russia. Okay, they ain't no next 20 years. There's no 20 years left of this. All right, there's no way 20 years left of this kingdom, Lord willing. All right, which things are so close, ain't no 20 years left, man. Look at that. Now they're doing a fucking questionnaire. Would you support the British public being called up to fight against Russia? Hell no. Lord willing, hell no. Fucking way, man. If there's one thing that you can get out of Boys in the Hood is when Furious Styles, right, said that the black man ain't got no place in the army or the so-called white man's army. Now I put that in spiritual term. The Israelite man, okay, no matter what you look like, if you know you're an Israelite, has got no place in the Edomite or heathen's army. All right, you don't fight for your enemies. They put their foot on your neck and they force you to fight. Fuck out of here, man. Okay. Military draft. Was that an article on that? Oh yeah, here we go. Now I've read the British version of the draft. Okay. U.S. House passed the fucking damn commercials. What's this? U.S. House passed bill automatically registering men. Automatically. So you don't even have a choice in the matter. And obviously we've seen online where some of the brothers of Great Millstone and affiliate camps have posted up videos. I think it was GMS Get This Work, or maybe the brother with a British accent, GMS Watchman, posted a video of an Israelite getting a letter to to basically join. And if you don't join, you're gonna get imprisoned or you're gonna get a fine or both, something like that. Yeah. U.S. House passed bill automatically registering men from 18 to 26 old for draft. Here's what that means, and this is from 2 months ago. Okay, so what basically was that June. Okay, on June the 14th, 2024, the House of Representatives passed H.R. 8070, the National Defense Authorization Act for 2025. So that means, Lord willing, yeah, World War III kicks off by then or sooner. Act for 2025, a version of the bill gets passed every year because every year the US military needs a budget and Congress has to write the check. But in this proposed version of the bill, one particular item stood out to a lot of people online. The bill would automatically register all males between the ages of 18 and 26 in the selective service system, or in the common terms, the draft. Right? Male citizens aged 18 to 25 have been required to register with selective service since July 2nd, 1980. Automatic registration helps reduce the numbers of those who fail to register. No, they just want to capture everyone. This is a great opportunity for Esau to reduce the population on the planet, but mainly, to get you Israelites. All right. Uh, okay. The U.S. military has not used that list of names to call up for military draft since the Vietnam War, but in the case that a draft is reinstated, the U.S. needs a list of everyone eligible for service to determine who will actually be called to serve. That list is maintained by selective service system and theoretically contains every man eligible for service between the ages of 18 to 25. When you register for the draft, you put your name on the US government's list. That's it. Okay. Well, that's coming. Okay, that's World War II. Okay, then this is an old situation. The United Kingdom is in uproar after it was suggested that they may face a military draft, and this is obviously before January 2024 when they pulled out the article. The article I just read about the possibility of a military draft in the UK, which is going to happen. Okay, that's why they're putting it in your system. That okay, you better get ready. It's like revelation of the method. They're like putting it in your system, putting it in your mind that there's a possibility of going to war. So those of you that thinking that okay, I'm not doing nothing with my life. Um, Let me go to war. Let me fight for my country. You gung ho cracker Edomites, you so-called white people, and some of you Jakes thinking that they, Jakes meaning you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and those that are from that lineage but look different. Okay, you Israelites are maybe enticed to join the army, assuming that okay, World War III ain't gonna happen, man. We got power. I'm gonna join the army. I'm gonna travel around the world and all that shit. You're gonna get like a big shock as well. But for the most part, they're letting you know it's coming. But this is before January 2024. The United Kingdom is in an uproar after it was suggested that they may face a military draft. There is no draft at the time of this writing. Remember that. But based on the models, you should prepare for one shortly. They said basically, there's no draft right now, but you should prepare for one shortly. Okay, so then I read the article, which I just read from January 2024. And this is where they want to take you. Okay? Joel 3 and 3. For behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, Yahweh Shaphat, which is the Most High's judgment, or Yahweh Shaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Okay? And that's, the Lord's going to bring you there, man. Let me just find a GNT version. Um, sometimes it's right. Okay, there we go. Joel 3. Okay. The Lord says, at that time I will restore the prosperity of Judah and Jerusalem. I will gather all the nations and bring them to the valley of judgment. There I will judge them for all they have done to my people. They have scattered the Israelites in foreign countries and divided Israel, my land. Okay. And that's in a simplistic way, man. The Lord Yahweh Hashem Yashai said, at that time, I will restore the prosperity of Judah and Jerusalem. That's coming. And it's slowly happening as well. I will gather all nations. Yeah, everyone's going to be there. Okay. It's called World War for a reason. And bring them to the valley of judgment, which is Yahweh Shaphat or Jehoshaphat. There I will judge them for all they have done to my people. Yahweh Shemashah is going to get busy. They have scattered the Israelites in foreign countries and divided Israel, my land. Okay? Let's read here. The valley of Jehoshaphat is a term used to describe the theater of God's or the Most High's final judgments on the enemies of Israel. It is mentioned in the Bible in Joel 3:2 and 3:12. Joel prophesied that after the return of Judah and Jerusalem from captivity, it says Jehovah, which means the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, would gather all the heathen in the valley of Jehoshaphat or Yehoshaphat and would sit to judge them for their misdeeds to Israel. The valley has been localized and is a deep ravine that separates Jerusalem from the Mount of Olives. Okay, that lets you know what Yehoshaphat is, man. All right. So it's coming. And this is who they're using, man. British Army opens up applications for Commonwealth citizens. And who was the Commonwealth? The British Commonwealth was all the countries that the so-called white man stole from. And all those countries are brown. And a lot of them are Israelite countries. All right? Whether they're heathens there or Israelites. But the fact of the matter is Israelites in every land. As even the book of Joel says that we're scattered to the four corners of the earth. And Deuteronomy 28:64 lets you know that we are scattered to the four corners of the earth. And we're the largest nation as well, pursuant to Hosea 1 and 10. Okay, so a lot of jakes are going to get deleted. And rightfully so, because, it's going to be an enjoyable act in the kingdom in righteousness to bring them back as well. Because where the elect men are going to have many wives and going to be, having sex with their multiple wives, thousands of wives each, could be millions, to bring back these deleted souls. Exciting times. A little bit scary, but exciting as well. But it's got to happen, for Lord willing. If it's in your lot to get through to the other side, through the straight gate in one piece. If you do get deleted on this side, may it be in an honorable way. In an honorable way. Lord willing, that's what we pray for. And Lord willing, the Lord gives us the discipline and fortitude to be successful in that area. But anyway, it's things are starting to cook. Let me see again when this was 17 hours ago, man. So though the mirth and the grinding is ceasing, but applications are open for the British Army. Let's see how many of you gung ho Edomites, that say you want England for the English, or want to fight for your country. Let me see how many these cracker pigskin Edomites join. Exciting times. Anyway, all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yashai, Bashem Rakak Shalom.